Caliber members, we are going to fill out a daily work record using the Daily Work Record app. I'm going to start by going to the website dwr.caliberqa.com, and you can do this using your mobile or your desktop or your tablet. Any web browser will do. I'm going to type in my email or username. Now, because I've logged in before, it's already pre-populated it. I'm going to click Installer Login and enter my password. There we go. Now, might ask you to save your password. If you're on your mobile, this might be really useful to do. Now you'll see here, I'm on my dashboard. I'm going to start by selecting which product that I'm working with. I'm going to go with Icynene just as an example. And to start the daily work record, we scroll down a little bit, enter the basic details. You'll see the installer and company information has already been filled out for you, as well as today's date, which you can change, by the way, if you need to. We also have our basic parameters here that you need to check every time you do a project, so you can go ahead and click those boxes. For a project, if this is the first time you're on a project site, you can fill out the customer name, customer email, or their mobile phone. Just one or the other will do, as well as all these basic parameters for the project. For the project address, you can either type this in manually, or you can enable your GPS on your phone or your device and click Locate Me. And it'll give it its best shot at finding your exact location. Now sometimes it'll be a little bit off. In this case, I'm actually at 120 Eglinton West, so I'm just going to correct that. And if you're on a project for the first time, you can fill all this out. If you're returning to a project, the system will actually save the details that you've entered previously, and you can populate them automatically by going here and selecting the previous project. So you'll see here I have a caliber test. I'm going to use that previous project, and it's going to put everything in for me automatically, which saves me a bit of time on site. For the material, I'm going to go ahead and select one of my materials here, quickly just populate quick parameters. Okay. And then for the ISO and resin lot information, I have two options for how I want to upload that information. I can either do it the old-fashioned way and type things in by hand. So I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then put in either the manufacture date or the expiry date. Or, new to this app, we have a second option where you can actually upload an image of the actual drum label. Now, as long as this image clearly shows the expiry date and the lot number, you can go ahead and use this feature. If you're on mobile and you click this number, or click this button, it will give you an option to open up your phone camera so that you could take a clear photo. And you go ahead and do that, and all you have to do is upload the photo and indicate that it's not expired. So click the no. And this will save the photo in the system in case we want to refer to it later. In this case, I already have my test numbers filled out, so I'm going to go ahead and continue with that. Next, we have our equipment section, which, just like the project information, it will save all of the previous equipment that you've used. So if you have a truck or a rig that you use regularly, you could actually put this information in the first time, and then the next time you can actually select your machine from this drop down here. So I have basic information on my machine here. Of course, I need to enter today's PSI and today's temperatures. Okay. And for environmental conditions, of course, we just quickly enter all the things that we normally check on a job site. And we can flip between AM, PM, Celsius, Fahrenheit, and kilometers per hour with miles per hour as well. Under substrate condition, we have a variety of substrates for you to choose from. If you don't see the substrate that you're working with, you can actually click multiple or other, and it'll give you an option to type in the type of substrate that you're working with. In this example, I'm going to go with wood or OSB. And as usual, we're going to check clean, dry, is it fastened, is it adhered? And generally we have all yes to this before we proceed to work. So we put in a button here that says yes to all above, and it'll just click all of those for you, save you a little bit of time. Same under special conditions, we have these special parameters that you might have to do for certain substrates. In most cases it'll be no, so we put in a button that says no to above. Again, save you a couple clicks. And interior thermal barrier required, I'm going to click yes there. Under test results, for our density testing, what's really handy about this app is that it's actually going to calculate the density for you. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the weight of my sample here, and then I'm going to put in the volume of displacement here. And as you can see right here under density, it actually does the calculation for you. So you don't have to pull out your calculator on site and pause everything and work it out. The system does it for you as long as you give it the weight of the sample and the volume of displacement. If you're working with multiple density tests, you can just click Add Density Test here, and it'll give you more fields to add in. I'm going to stick with one for now. Under thickness, I'm just going to put in thicknesses for each pass, and if you have more than one pass, it's going to calculate the total thickness for you. And you can choose millimeters or inches. Adhesion, I'm going to say that's a pass. Cohesion, also a pass. And again, if I want to do multiple adhesion tests, I can just click here, Add Adhesion Test. I'm going to stick with one. And same for cohesion with Add Cohesion Test. And that's the end of our record. The final thing we do is just put in our name as a little bit of a signature. And then I'm going to click Submit Daily Work Record. And you'll see here there's a confirmation screen. You can either view the submitted copy or return to dashboard. So if you view the submitted copy, it's going to take you here to the printable version of your daily work record, or you can also email it out to someone. I'm going to email this one to myself. There we go. And if we return to dashboard, then we can either start a new record, log out, switch to French, or take a look at all of the previous records we've submitted. Thanks for watching.